All right. Hey, you guys. Welcome to our 20-minute training. I guess I can set a timer on here. Um, we're talking about VIP groups tonight. I'm going to set a timer because if you know me, there will be no 20 minutes unless somebody gives me the hook. So I'm going to set a timer. Um, if we're like really moving and grooving and people want to stay, Tara, we'll go over. Yeah, I'm going to try not to. I'm going to try not to. But I wanted to come on after I asked that question. I think it was last week about VIP groups. I can't remember if it was last week or the week before, but I kind of wanted to get like a high level view of what you guys are doing with VIP groups. I've watched a few trainings recently on VIP groups, and I got some ideas of things to try in my own, and I've liked the results that I've gotten from them. And so I thought that it would be helpful maybe to share some of that with you guys. So I wanted to start with that question, asking you guys, number one, if you had a VIP group, yes or no. Number two, if you do, to give it a letter grade. Um, and answer why you give it that letter grade. And then if you don't have a VIP group, why? And I didn't ask why, like to call anybody out and be like, well, why don't you have a VIP group? But what I really wanted to do is I wanted to kind of see, there's kind of like two camps if you don't have a VIP group. It's either because you use something else, whether it be your business page, your personal page, Instagram, TikTok, whatever, or you're maybe a newer consultant and you don't know anything about a VIP group. And that's why you don't have one, because you don't know what it is and how to use it. And so that's kind of where I was going with that piece of the question. I read through everybody's answers and comments, and I saw a lot of similarities in the reasons why you gave yourself the letter grade that you did if you have a VIP group. And most of you answered that you did have a VIP group. There was a lot of B's and C's, some D's. And I think the similarities that I saw were that you're not getting a lot of interaction, and that I was going to print this all out and I didn't get a chance to, but I know that there was a lot of comments about not having time to post or not knowing what to post. And so we're going to talk a little bit about that tonight. I have 17 minutes left. So I will say right off the bat that the number one biggest, most important thing that you need to have in your VIP group, if you have one or you're creating one, is consistency. And it's across the board. It's in your business, any area of your business. If there were a magic special sauce, whatever, it's consistency. Because it doesn't matter what you're doing. If you're not doing it consistently, it's not going to continue to work. And it's very easy for us to give up on things when we don't see results as quickly as we want to. We live in like this instant gratification society where Amazon has our order on our doorstep the next day and we can DoorDash food right to our front door, and we don't have to wait for anything or work for anything or get in the car and go get it. Like, we want everything right now. But the reality is that you have to put in the work in order to get things rolling and get things to be effective for you. And VIP groups are no different, right? So the number one thing is that you need to be consistently present in your VIP group. I think in the past I've probably said that you don't need to post every day, but I feel like you do need to post every day. You need to post something every day, because in order for your content to be relevant in the eyes of Facebook, it needs to be regular and it needs to be valuable. And so you need to be in there posting something every single day. I shared some pre-made interactive posts that another consultant creates every month and shares, that I started using in May. I know Tara uses them too. She redoes them with her own branding, which is totally fine. But she uses the same questions and same engagement, I think most of them at least, the same in her group, and posts them every single day. And she gets really good interaction on it. The first piece of that is making sure that you have something to share every day. Doesn't have to be Scentsy. I try to do an engagement post every morning. I have them all scheduled, and then I try to do at least one other post, typically Scentsy related, at some point during the day. I know that there are some people that are still members of my VIP group, and so you see some of the stuff that I share. I post way more than once or twice a day. I post a lot usually, but I have a very active VIP group, and so in order to kind of keep that going, it's like I have the momentum and now I have to keep it going. If I were to go MIA for a week, people would think that like they needed to call in the troops because they're so used to seeing me every day. So you need to have something scheduled every day. And I know one of the things that I saw commented a lot was, I don't have time to post, or I can't find time. I, whatever it was, I don't have time to post every day. That's an excuse that you're allowing yourself to justify. You have to find the time. You have to make the time. We just talked about this on Sunday, those of us who went to lunch. I said, none of us are sitting around here going, gosh, I really wish I had more things to do, right? We are all busy. We are all crazy with work and families and schedules and doctor's appointments and sports and all of the things. You have to make the time. So if creating a VIP group that's going to be effective for your business is important to you, you need to put in the work to do it. Schedule your posts ahead of time, just like Tara said. It literally took me, you guys, I timed it on purpose because I wanted to talk about this. It literally took me 7 minutes to schedule 31 posts in my VIP group the other day. 7 minutes.
I need to know how, I have to learn that.
We can show you how to do it. I will tell you, my husband spends more than 7 minutes in the bathroom. I can schedule those posts while I could schedule a whole lot of posts while he's in the bathroom. But you know what I'm saying? Like, it's 7 minutes. So the excuse that you don't have time, it it doesn't fly with me. Okay? Because you got to make it. If you want it to be something that it's going to work for you, you have to find the time. And it doesn't take as much. It's going to take more time if you don't schedule them and you spend time spinning your wheels going, what should I post? We're giving you the post. We're giving you the content. All you have to do is schedule it. And Nancy, it's super duper easy. Thank you, Tara. If you're in your VIP group and you go to where you would make a post, you enter your content, whatever, whether it's text or a photo. And then if you're on a computer, there's a little calendar looking button that's down next to where it says post. And if you click the calendar, it'll let you choose the day and time that you want to post that, and it'll schedule it. If you're on your phone or mobile, at the top, like next to your name of where you're going to type your post, it'll say schedule, and it'll do the same thing. You click that, and it will let you pick a day and time that you want to schedule it. I schedule mine for 8 a.m. every day. Okay, it's super easy. And like I said, it took me 7 minutes to schedule an entire month's worth of posts. It's way easier than trying to come up with something every single day to post. Okay, takes the guesswork out of it. You've got one thing that's, locked and loaded, ready to go for you. Okay. Oh, I lost my spot. Give me 1 second. Okay, so I also think that you need to have something else scheduled. If you're going to do that in the morning, I think you need to have at least one other thing scheduled later in the day. And I'm going to come back to that other post again. But if you're doing a non-Scentsy post, which I think most of these interactive ones that we've been sharing are not Scentsy related. They're questions like today's was about National Donut Day, except then 32 comments in, somebody told me National Donut Day is actually on Friday, not today. So somebody didn't fact check that one, but that's okay. 30 some odd people still answered it before we realized we had the wrong day, but it's fine. But I also posted about, I went live in my VIP group this afternoon and opened up the Inside Out Wax collection because I got that today. And then I made another post about that collection after that. So you still have to go in and do more than just that one post a day. But on that interactive post, interactive is a two-way street, right? So you're asking them a question and they're answering it, but that's not the end of the game. Like, you have to go in and you have to interact as well. Liking posts or liking the comments is fine, but liking the comments isn't going to engage them anymore, right? So, and I'm not saying you have to answer every single one because sometimes I don't. But like today's was about donuts. And so somebody mentioned cider donuts, like from the cider mill. And so I went in and I said, oh my gosh, I love cider mill donuts, so much so that we had cider and donuts as our late night snack at our wedding. And so we kind of talked about that. You know what, Jamie? I think it does. I think it does need to be a couple words. I'm not 100% sure. Tara might know more about that than we do, but I feel like it does. And I think that's why people started doing more of these kinds of posts more than like a comment the number kind of thing. Like she said, like your comments need to be 3 words or more in order for them to like register with the algorithm or something like that. I want to say that I heard that somewhere. I mean, I feel like it makes sense, right? But forget about the algorithm and think about the fact that the more you interact and engage with these people that are commenting on these posts, the more you're learning about them, the more they're learning about you, and the tighter community you're building, which is the whole point of a VIP group. Okay. If you just want to post flyer after flyer after flyer after flyer after flyer, set up a business page and post a bunch of flyers, because if a business page is kind of like your storefront, you're going to put all your specials on it. It's like when you go to the butcher shop and they're like pork chops $3.99 a pound, and here's this and here's the price, and it's all on the window. That's like a business page. Your VIP group is like the back room where all of the locals go and hang out and like smoke cigars and stuff like that. You know what I mean? Like it's a place where people get to know each other. And I always would see things about people like, oh, in this mom and pop shop, and the owners have had this place forever and they really get to know their customers. That's the kind of feel that you want to have in your VIP. Important, because you're learning about them, they're learning about you, and people do business with what? People that they know, like, and trust. And so that's what we're trying to create in a VIP group. It's not going to happen overnight. You guys, I've been doing this 8.5 years. Okay. It takes time. Keep notes about what they like, Lindsay says. Abso-freaking-lutely. And our contacts tab is really good that it has all of that information, or a space for all of that information in there. You can also use the tags in our contacts tab now. You can tag people. So if you find out through an interactive post that somebody's a huge Disney fan or a huge Harry Potter fan, you can tag them with that in the contacts, so that when something comes out, you can go back to that person, because as your customer base grows, you're not going to be able to keep it all up here. I can barely keep my own favorites in my brain, let alone other people's favorites in my brain. But interacting with those posts that you make is so important, because you can't just post it, let people comment, and then move on with your day. The whole engagement going back and forth is what's going to create that sticky community feel. The other thing that I remember reading in some of the comments was about how people will interact in those posts, but they don't interact when you post something Scentsy. Okay. And I think that that's completely normal for a couple reasons. Number one, the main reason is that people love to share. People love to talk about themselves. People love to tell you what their favorite XYZ is. And you're asking them about that, right? You're saying, tell me what your favorite donut is, or, what was the other one? I don't remember. Whatever it is. What's for dinner tonight? Everybody likes to share what those kind of posts, even when I do them on my personal page, they get the most comments ever. So what? What are you laughing at? What are you guys laughing at? Everybody's
I'm
laughing at
laughing
me.
at Tara's comment because she said
Oh.
Haribo is best, and I said no, no, it's not.
We will agree to disagree. Yes, ma'am.
Lindsay also said, because I know that the chat doesn't pop up in the recording, so she said it needs to be 5 words or more.
Right,
And then she also said Facebook will knock your group for putting your shopping link in the actual post because they don't like you suggesting people leave Facebook. Make sure to put it in the comments.
Good things to know, for sure. Good things to know. So what I was saying was, people love to share about themselves, whatever it is. So anytime you're asking a question about something that they like, they're going to be right there ready to tell you their opinion. And you are blatantly giving them a call to action. Tell me what your favorite donut is. what is your favorite Scentsy fragrance? What are you having for dinner tonight? You are asking them specific questions and you're instructing them to answer it, basically, right? Think about when you make a Scentsy post, a Scentsy related post in your groups. Typically, you might be saying, like I just did in my group, this Inside Out Wax collection is amazing. All the bars are really, really good. Let me know if you'd like to order one. Okay. So nobody needs to answer if they don't want to order it, right? So there's no need for them to answer I didn't really even ask a question. And I knew that I was doing that because I'm not always going to be like, do you want to order one? Do you want to order one? Can I get you one of these? Because then you're going into salesperson mode that you don't always want to be in your VIP group. Okay. It's kind of a given, right? When I share something. But my point is that I'm not giving them a specific call to action. They only have an action if it applies to them. If they want to order it, they should let me know, is kind of how that's going to be received. Whereas on something simple like a what are you having for dinner tonight post, that's kind of going out to everybody. I'm asking you a specific question and you're going to answer it, right? So of course you're going to have more interaction on those than you are on a Scentsy product related post, okay? So you do have to think about how you're wording things. If you want them to do something, you need to ask them or instruct them to do something. And it's not that people are stupid, but that's part of the job, is saying, okay, let me know if you want one of these, or can I get one of these for you, kind of thing. But at the same time, you want to be careful about doing that on every single post because, like I said, we're not just here to throw sales at people. These people are already in your VIP group because they love Scentsy. You don't need to pull them in, right? They're already here. And so you're sharing the products with them and they're more likely to bite, I guess, if you will, as you're sharing, but you don't have to flat out, every single post doesn't need to be like, would you like to order this? It's $15, XYZ, right? Yeah. So exactly what Tara says. She said, on Scentsy posts, I like to ask, if you had to choose which of these bars to warm, which would you pick? And so that way she's giving them a made up situation and they interact and it pushes it up because it's getting more answers. And she's also getting information from them. She's also getting preferences from them. So if you put up Go-Go Mango and something that's fresh, so you got a fruity and a fresh, she's going to notice if Susie Q says fruity and, you know, all of this other stuff. There's a lot of information that you can gain from these kinds of interactive posts, right? But you have to take that and use it to your advantage when it's time. So it's all about collecting that information and collecting that data and those preferences from people. This is part of the legwork, right? That I'm talking about. Like, you don't just make a post and expect 100 people to buy it and then move on to the next one. It takes work and it takes a lot of time. And I have 2 minutes left and it's not going to happen. But we'll keep it to under 30. Okay. Honestly, that's pretty much the gist of what I was going to say, is that you really, in a VIP group, you need to have, it's multifaceted, right? If you want to just sell products, use a business page. If you want to create, you're going to be able to come. Can you guys still see me? I'm frozen. Oh, am I good? Okay. Am I good? Okay. It was like all weird for me for a second. So if you want to just sell products, use a page. If you want to create a sticky community where people are going to get to know you, get to know each other, participate and engage, to be utilizing both sides of the coin and being consistent with it. So I want to tell you about one thing that I did over this last month that I've really enjoyed looking at. So I'm a numbers person. I love analysis and all of that. I know, right? It's like, you're done, lady. Your 20 minutes is up. Actually I have 1 minute and 8 seconds left. But so if you haven't done this before, which I'm sure not a lot of people have because they're not as crazy about numbers and analytics as I am, but you can see how active your VIP group is. And there's a way to do that. And I've kind of been tracking it over the last couple months because I have been putting in more effort in making those interactive posts, and really trying to get as many people involved and engaged as I possibly can. So if you go into your group I know on my phone, it's in the little shield and you scroll down and you go to Insight and you can click on here. I'm actually going to do it. I'm going to turn my timer off because it's going to go off in 20 seconds, but I can't remember exactly how to do this without looking at it. So if you go in your group and you click the little shield, this is all mobile. I can't remember how to do it on the computer. And you scroll down and you go to see all insights. Well, actually before that, you probably can't see the numbers, but there's a section here that says insights summary, and I have it's set for the last 28 days, but it'll tell you how many posts you've made, how many comments there have been, and how many reactions there have been. And it'll give you, I don't know if you can see it or not, but it'll give you like an arrow going up or down if it is higher or lower or the same as the previous 28 days. So I will tell you that for the last 28 days, I have 112 posts. My post count is up 19%. I have 1.3K comments, up 25%, 1.5K reactions, up 14%. So this 28 days versus the last 28 days, my post count, my comments, and my reactions are all up, which is what I want because I want people to be engaging. But you can dive in a little bit deeper and you can see, this is the one I like to pay attention to because it gives you like the quality or the health of your group. So if you click on that see all insights blue thing, you can see, if you hit engagement, it will tell you the total number of people you have in your group. And then it will tell you how many active people you have in your group. And active members, I believe the description is like someone who has reacted to or commented on your posts. And in the last 28 days, so I have 317 people in my VIP group. And remember, you guys, VIP group is about quality, not quantity. I don't put every single person that orders in my VIP group. I will offer them to join my VIP group, like if it's a new customer. And sometimes they do, sometimes they don't. And if they do, then they're there. But at the same time, I do go through my group on occasion and filter out people. I don't do it super often. Like I don't do it every 6 months. I know there's some people that do it every 6 months. I probably do it every like 2 years, but I did recently go through and I got rid of all the dead profiles. I had a lot of dead profiles. And by dead profiles, I mean the ones where the people like aren't even on Facebook anymore. They don't have a picture. They don't have anything. But they were being counted as people, as members of my group. So anyway, I have 317 people and I have, Krista's up 60%. That's fantastic. I have out of 317, 277 are active. So that's 87%. So 87% of the people that are in my group are participating in the group. And that's what you want. If you have 500 people in your group and only 2 people are commenting, it's not really doing you any favors. You're putting a lot of work in, or maybe you're not putting a lot of work in, but you're putting work in and you're not getting a lot of return. And yeah, you're going to burn out because you're doing all of this for what? Nobody's commenting, nobody's replying, no one's ordering anything, nothing's happening. So you really have to be intentional with what you're doing. And I see Amanda says, I've posted less since last month, but yet got more interaction. And that's fine. It means that you're posting more valuable and more engaging things. So the whole thing is about quality over quantity. It's not necessarily about the number of posts that you make. It's about the quality of the posts and what kind of posts that you're making that are eliciting engagement from your customers, whether it's personal, like asking what they're having for dinner, or if it's asking them if they want to order something. So it isn't necessarily always about more posts. It's about higher quality posts, right? But if you're not posting, for the people who aren't posting because they don't have time, find some time, schedule some posts, interact with those posts, engage with your customers, have conversations. And I promise you, if you look at those insights today, write the numbers down, do the work over the next 30 days or next 26 days or 27 days of the month, whatever it is, do the work. Like, stick to it and do the work consistently every day. And I promise you that if you look at those insights again in 28 days, your post count will likely go up, because if you're not posting regularly and you start doing that, your post count is going to go up. But I guarantee you, your interaction, your reactions to posts are going to go up because there's more of them to react to. Your comments are going to go up because if you're posting those interactive posts, you're giving them something to comment on. And your active members is going to go up because more people are going to be seeing that, and they're going to be seeing things that they're wanting to engage in. Okay, so the quality and the health of your group is going to improve. A VIP group is not the end all be all. Okay, a lot of us have other ways of communicating with our customers too. I use my VIP group kind of as a funnel, right? It's part of your funnel where I have my VIP group, and then I also have a text group of people that are in my VIP group, and I will use that method to reach out to people for things as well. So it's kind of like you've got a VIP group, you have a text group or an email group that might be a little bit smaller. I've got my Scentsy Club people, they get their own texts and stuff. So it's a way to figure out how to compartmentalize people and funnel them to where you want them to be, which is on your website placing orders at the end of the day, or hosting parties or joining your team. But you have to create that engagement and that community in order for them to want to be there enough to do those things. Okay. It takes effort. Like, it takes effort. That's like the biggest thing. If it was easy, everybody would be doing it. And it's not. The easy thing is the quitting when you're not getting instant gratification, which we're all looking for. But I can tell you that if you stick, it's just like anything. I say this all the time. I say this like on every call that we have. If I was as consistent with my diet and exercise as I was with my Scentsy business, I would be in a much better position body wise, right? Or health wise, because I'm super consistent with my Scentsy business. And I've been trying to be better about like movement and eating and stuff. But what I'm saying is I can't expect to get results if I'm not going to put in the work every day. And the same goes for your Scentsy business. It doesn't just happen overnight. People that are successful in Scentsy are not lucky. They put in a lot of work and they make sacrifices and they put the time in and they do the things that need to be done. And if you do that, you will see improvements in your business. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. It will happen. Is it going to happen overnight? Absolutely not, but it will happen. There was something, the last thing that I was going to say was quit quitting, because that's what happens is you'll do this for a couple weeks and then you'll get busy doing something else and then you won't post for 2 more weeks and then you have to start all over. That's why I said make those posts, schedule those dang posts for every day of the month of June. You've got one task out of the way. And then all you have to do is go back in and comment on things and engage with people. But the actual task of getting the things posted is done. 7 minutes, you guys, 7 minutes. Okay. Yes. So Tara says schedule posts when releases are announced. That's excellent. Yes, Amanda, I'm glad that you mentioned that. Your insights will also show you the days and times that your group is most active. Schedule your posts around that time. I look at that a lot because obviously I have a post scheduled every morning at 8 a.m. that people start commenting on. So 8 o'clock and 9 o'clock are typically very high. Those bars are very high because people are seeing that post and they're commenting. And then I'll have a dip in the middle of the day. And then I usually have another little spike in the evening when I make another post. But again, if you're seeing a trend where 8 a.m. is the time when people are on your page looking at your stuff, that's when you need to be posting. Don't post it at noon. Post it at 8 a.m. Even if you have to wait till the next day at 8 a.m. If you've already passed 8 a.m., schedule it for when people are looking at stuff. And that's going to change. I mean, it's not always going to be the same time, but that's why using those insights and really taking a look at that is going to be helpful because it's going to make it easier on you. And there's less burnout. If you're spinning your wheels and you're posting when no one's looking at Facebook, you're not going to get as far as you would in the same amount of time as if you're doing it more intentionally and more effectively, right? Tara says you don't have to respond back right away. Are you talking about like when you ask the questions? Yeah. So there's some days where I can go in and comment like super quick, and there's other days where I'm gone all day and I come back at 7 o'clock at night and I start responding to things. As long as you have that engagement going back and forth, it doesn't need to be instant gratification for that person that answered the question either, but you're there and you're doing the work. Okay. Anybody have questions or anything that they want to touch on? You guys, we didn't do too bad, okay? It's only been like 26 minutes. And there was lots of conversation happening in the chat, which makes it go longer, okay? It wasn't my fault. I like it. I'm happy that it's happening. I'm just trying to see if I missed anything important. Okay, so Tara says on your computer, if you go to your group and then click engagement, it's under there to see the insights and see the number of active people. Seeing that number of active people was really an eye-opener for me because I knew that I had gotten rid of some dead profiles, and it was somebody did a Tuesday training. It was either, I think it might have been in April, and was talking about this, and she was talking about how active her group was and how to find out, you know, what your percentage was and everything. And I looked and mine was decent, but I can tell you that ever since I started doing those daily posts where it gives people a reason to participate every single day, that number of active people has gone up. It's not always the same people. I mean, yes, my top 10 is usually pretty consistent. Like if I look at my top 10 contributors every month when I do my little VIP drawing, it's pretty consistent. I have a couple that go in and out, but there have been new ones popping up in there. And I know that that's because I'm posting those daily questions and stuff for them to participate in. So if you are not utilizing your VIP group to its maximum potential and you want to, you now have some ideas on how to do that. Okay. Who's calling me? What's happening? Hold on.
Don't
Lauren's
people know you don't answer the phone?
Huh?
Don't people know you don't answer the phone?
No, but it's Lauren, so she has to be butt dialing us, right? Yeah, she stopped. I'm like, you're like on a mountain right now. Okay. All right. Sorry, you guys. So anyway, that was weird. Is there an easy way to find out who hasn't even looked at your VIP group in months? I don't think so. I'm not 100% sure, Krista. But what I did when I kind of went through and cleaned house a little bit is I did make a post it was a couple months ago. And I just said, there's a lot of dead profiles. If you're here, say hi. Not everybody did it. And I didn't like go through and wipe out everybody that didn't answer, but I went through and I looked at my entire members list. And I was like, I don't even know who this person is. Or if I kind of recognized a name, I went into my contacts tab in my dashboard and I would look. And like they ordered in 2016 and never since then. And I'm like, they don't even know they're in here. Right at this point, they don't even know they're here. They've never commented. Like I know that they haven't. So I did take people out. I don't know if there's a way for you to see. I mean, you can see your most active people, but I don't know if there's a way to see like the least active people. But yeah, if you go through, I bet everybody has dead profiles in their thing. At least get rid of those. And I don't know how much like having those in there affects it. I think as long as you're still doing the work and you're still getting action, as long as like the majority of your members aren't inactive or whatever, I think you would be fine in terms of like the algorithm. But I don't know. I don't understand the algorithm. I just do the thing every day and I hope that it works. So it is what it is. But you guys, the things that you put in the comments of that original question, I want your letter grade that you gave yourself to go up. I want everybody to think that they have a great VIP group, a very active, a very healthy VIP group. But in order to do that, it's on you, all of us individually, to make that happen. And so if you take some of the things we talked about tonight and you put them into action and you are consistent with them, I guarantee that when you look back, look at your insights, and it doesn't even have to be your insights. Just look at the activity and the movement in your group over the next 28 days. You're going to see an improvement. And that improvement is going to translate into your business numbers wise as well. It may not happen overnight, but you're going to see that because you're going to be doing more and you're going to be getting better results from it. So if anybody has questions, you can throw them in into the group, into the regular group page, and we will answer them. But that's all I've got. Anybody have anything else? Tara, Jamie, Jackie, anybody? VIP group? Any other questions? No. All right, you guys. Well, thanks for hopping on. We appreciate you being here, and good luck. Go make your VIP groups like super rockin' awesome and give yourself an A next time I ask, okay? All right, you guys. Talk to you soon. Bye.